What's up everyone, Gids here for another video, and today is our day 2 for the 7-day countdown for Crystal of Atlan's release. So if you haven't checked part 1 or day 1, check it out. We have a playlist linked in the description. So yeah, be sure to check that out, and of course subscribe so that you don't miss any of the 7-day videos that I'm going to be posting within this week. Okay? So yeah, day 2 is going to be all about choosing which character to actually play. This game has a lot of classes, so let's do a breakdown for each of them and hopefully help you decide on which class to actually play. Okay, so the game launches with 5 base classes, and each of those base classes is always going to have a specialization. So you get to pick a specialization for those base classes at around level 15. These classes are going to be very important because it's basically going to decide which direction you want to play around when it comes to PvP. Alright, but don't worry when you think you picked a wrong class. It's actually very easy to switch classes, especially within a same base class. You can just switch around freely whenever you want before level 45. And then there's also free characters or free character creations within one account. So you can just create multiple characters within the same account and play all the other classes if you actually want to do that, or switch classes if you want to. Building multiple characters actually being rewarded in this game. So yeah, you should be good that way. Anyways, let's start with all the classes. And first up, we have the Musketeer. The Musketeer is the ranged class for this game, and we have 2 specializations. First one is the Bounty Hunter. So the Bounty Hunter is a mobile, mid to long range character with dual guns. Pretty cool character when it comes to PvE as well. Just melts down enemies. Very, very satisfying to play. And the thing is, when it comes to PvP, this is a character that can actually also just get into your face and destroy you. Doesn't have to be from a ranged position. Okay, so it's a very good character for hit and run tactics, and the only problem that I've seen with this character is that it's very easy to actually dodge her abilities, even her bullets from basic abilities. It's going to give a free proc of super armor to your enemies, so just be careful about that one. But overall, very fun character, very solid pick when it comes to PvP and PvE. Next up, we have the Gunner. So the Gunner is a long-range AoE character with sustained damage as well. Very versatile kit, and she has a plasma gun, which can shoot out the plasma blasts, and a laser, or the flamethrower, or rocket launcher. So very fun one. And of course, my favorite is just hitting everyone with that big ass gun. So you can actually go melee and just hit them with a gun straight up. And so this character is going to be very, very deadly if you don't cap close her. So if she fights from a range, she's so good. She's so good. So yeah. So both characters in summary are very good for PvP and PvE. So just pick which gun you are more comfortable with. And yeah, the thing is, again, Bounty Hunter's kit is much simpler, much easier to use. But of course, if you pick the Gunner, it will be very, very rewarding once you get to actually master her kit. Next up, we have the Swordsman. So Swordsman are traditional melee character. First specialization is going to be the Berserker, the Bunga Bunga class of this game. So very huge damage, slow attacks, slow skills, but they hit hard. This character is also very tanky because of his passive ability that converts his HP into shields, and his passive also lets him acquire more damage or increase his attack whenever he loses HP. So based on his lost HP, he gets more damage. So it gets very, very scary for this character. So almost all his abilities also has super armor when it comes to PvP, and medium armor break, I think. So it destroys almost all abilities when it comes to trading. So if you trade abilities with this character, he almost always comes out on top. So don't trade with this guy, just try to evade his abilities since it has very slow animations as well. So this character, very, very simple, but very, very strong. Next up, we have the Magiblade for the Swordsman class. So this is a melee and magic hybrid character. So very high mobility character with very high attack speed as well. Very fun character when you play it, and yeah, very good with quick burst of damage and then getting out when it comes to PvP. So yeah, it also has very good aerial combat actually. So whenever this guy jumps in the air, it's very hard to actually hit him, but he is also very good with his abilities when he is in the air. It's going to be a hard one to use for beginners, but again, very rewarding when mastered when it comes to PvP. In summary, of course, Berserker is very, very beginner friendly. You just mash buttons. And the Magiblade is for people that likes to see challenges or likes to have challenges and wants to be rewarded for spending time on this single character. Next class, we have the Puppeteer. So for the Puppeteer, the gimmick is that you have a summon that fights along with you, the marionette. So for the Puppeteer, you have two specializations right now. First one is the Scytheguard. So Scytheguard is a mid-range fighter with your puppet having a scythe. This character is very, very good in PvE, especially in group dungeons, because as far as I know, this is the only character in the game that has supportive capabilities, being able to give damage reduction to the whole party and also healing to the whole party. So it's very, very good in PvE, especially during the early game where everyone is not yet geared up. Everyone's going to be hella squishy, so this character is going to provide a lot of tankiness and healing for the team. Very, very good character for PvE. But keep in mind, it's not only a support character, it also can actually deal damage for itself. Like, all of the classes actually in this game can deal damage and can complete everything on their own. When it comes to PvP though, this character is one of the most annoying ones and one of the strong characters as well to be facing against, because this character has a 4-second engage ability that has super armor and medium armor break. So if you don't dodge that engage, you're kind of in danger. And if you miss that engage, you can just reset, wait for 4 seconds, and then do it again. So this character is hella annoying and very, very strong, which is why I'm going to main this one. I already used her in the precursor test and I quite like the gameplay with this character. Next, we have the Blademaiden. So Blademaiden is a mid to long range character with a melee marionette or the puppet. Okay, so this character is one of the highest DPS characters when it comes to PvE. The reason being is that whenever she casts her high damage abilities, her marionette actually does that ability as well. So it basically just doubles her damage. So very, very strong DPS characters for PvE. So this character is almost always going to have the highest numbers on the damage charts whenever you check them. This character also deals a lot of damage in PvP, so don't get caught by this character. Always be mindful of where the marionette is if you are playing this one or you're playing against it, because almost all her abilities is based upon where the marionette is. So if you know or you're keeping in mind where the marionette is, you should be good. So in summary, both characters are solid picks for PvE. You can't ever go wrong with these two characters because one is very good with supporting, the other one is very good with damaging. Okay, so you can't go wrong with either of them. And in PvP as well, both are really, really fun. Blademaiden will require a little bit more time to master than the Scytheguard, because I think Scytheguard is much simpler, but maybe that's just me being biased because this is my main class. But anyways, yeah. Next up, we have the Magister. So Magister right now actually is pretty unique in a way because it has 3 specializations on launch day, because they decided to launch the Magician class along with it. So yeah, the 3 classes are Elementalist, Warlock, and Magician. So this is your mage class. So first up, Elementalist, a mid to long range magic caster with elements of ice, lightning, and fire. So this is a very, very satisfying character when it comes to PvE because of the damage number, of course the pretty animations when you just get to burst down everything. Okay, so the thing that you have to be careful with this character when it comes to PvP is that it has very low mobility. So if you burn your dashes, you're cooked. You are cooked, especially against characters with huge gap closers like the Magiblade, Berserkers, Bounty Hunters. You're gonna be cooked if you can't actually save up your dodge. But if you are able to time it right, this character can just destroy huge chunks of enemies' HPs and bring their HPs down really, really fast. So big damage numbers is the Elementalist. Next, we have the Warlock. So the Warlock is actually a close to mid-range magic fighter. So it has dark magic. So this character takes advantage of quick fights because of the self buffs and debuffs that he puts on enemies that doesn't last a long time. So you have to take advantage of that quick window, get out, and then do it all over again. This character also has a lot of CC abilities. Also looks really, really cool with his Awaken ultimate where it turns everything to black and white and red, I guess. So yeah, pretty fun character to use, but requires a lot of time to master because of its complexity. Next, we have the Magician class. So Magician is the new one. So think of this character as a fusion of, what do you call this? Twisted Fate and Shaco in League of Legends. So a very, very fun character, very flashy, very tricky. He uses the cards, basically a magician from the circus, right? So a lot of CC abilities, high damage, and a good escaping ability with illusion with an invisibility. Okay, so yeah, I haven't spent much time with testing this one out, but it looks really, really fun, and I'm actually considering this one as another one of my thoughts. So yeah, in summary, all three classes of the Magister are basically DPS characters. So just choose one based on your casting style preference. And lastly, we have the Fighter class. So Fighter is again another new one. I did not spend a lot of time testing these two characters out. But first up, we have the Cloudstrider. So the Cloudstrider is an agile melee to mid-range fighter. So she gets to do the aura fists, right? So she gets to summon the tiger or the bird based on which color you actually want. I don't know what they do specifically, but it looks really pretty. Looks really pretty. You get to do range attacks with aura abilities or aura hits, I guess. And yeah, it's basically like the equivalent of the Magiblade from the Swordsman class. So very fast character, very agile as well, and very cool movements. Actually very good for aerial as well, I think. Next, we have the Starbreaker, and again, I think this one is equivalent to the Berserker from the Swordsman class. So a little bit slower than the Cloudstrider, but again, very strong traits when it comes to PvP, strong damage, and that's basically it. That's all that I can say for these new classes because I haven't really tested them out. But again, they both look really, really strong and really, really cool. Okay, so before you decide which class to actually go for, let's go over the Chinese servers and see what the meta is right now. So this is like, I don't know how many years this game has been out for Chinese servers already, but this is just a quick look at what their PvP rankings is looking like. So in this server right here, I actually have two characters in two servers right now. So first up, we have Magician actually topping the charts right now, and this is a new class and a new class, so Assassin, and I think this is the Inventor. So we don't have to worry about those ones right now, but look at this. 4, 5, 6 are Berserkers. We have a Bounty Hunter right here, another Triple Assassin. This is another, I think, Mechanic. Another Bounty Hunter, so it looks like Bounty Hunter is pretty good. Oh wait, no, yeah, there's two Bounty Hunters. Then this is a Starbreaker right here. This is a class from the Puppeteer, third class from Puppeteer, so it's not a Scytheguard, not a Blademaiden. Another Berserker. There's a Scytheguard right there. Scytheguard again. There's a Gunner. Scytheguard, Berserker. This is a Gunner. Wait, no, it's not the Gunner. This is, I think it's called Mistrix. So it's a third class for the base class of Musketeer. So this is actually the Gunner. Okay, another Starbreaker. Mistrix again. Scytheguard. Starbreaker. So it looks like there's a lot of Berserkers, Starbreakers, Scytheguard, Bounty Hunter, Gunner. The other classes I haven't seen. So this is Magiblade. First Magiblade I've seen. First Blademaiden I've seen. Elementalist. Wait, this is Elementalist or Warlock? Actually don't know. There's no Elementalist users here. So Elementalists look like they suck. We have another Magiblade right here. Scytheguard again. Magician. Looks like it's this third class for the Puppeteer is pretty famous or pretty successful. Also have another Magiblade. Okay. Alright. So that looks like the meta for this server right here. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, checking the rankings, top 100 for this other server again right here. So, ooh, Scytheguard this time around. Wait, is this Magician or is this Elementalist? That's crazy. I haven't seen any Elementalists yet. I don't know what this icon is. I think this is Magician though. Oh, actually we can just inspect him. Let's see. Oh, this is Elementalist. Holy, what? Top 3 Elementalist. Okay, Elementalist actually up there. Berserker again, Scytheguard. Bounty Hunter, Gunner, Assassin, Starbreaker, another Magician. Is this Magician? I keep getting confused. No, it's another Elementalist. What? 2 Elementalists in this server. Okay. Alright, so Berserker, Bounty, Magiblade, Blademaiden, Scytheguard, Magiblade, Berserker, Gunner, Scytheguard, Wait, this is Warlock. First Warlock I've seen, huh? Yeah, this is Warlock. Okay, cool. We have a Warlock in top 100, top 50. I can only see top 55. Oh, there's only 55 players in the server. What? No way. There's no more players in this server. Oh, this server is dead. I see. That's why you were able to get up there. There's no more players in this server. I see. Okay, but anyways, yeah, you can already see almost all characters that are pretty successful in the rankings. So I think first in the list is basically Berserker. I've seen a lot of Berserkers. We have Bounty Hunters, Gunners, Scytheguard, Magician, Starbreaker. Who else? I think that's pretty much it. We have a few Magiblades as well, by the way. Yeah, and then a few on this server for Elementalist, but I don't think that's a valid look at them. But anyways, yeah, so that's if you look at the meta, okay? So it's up to you now to decide which class to actually main based on the visuals, the characters that you've seen, and of course, you can base it off the meta from China as well. But again, I don't really like basing my choices off of meta because most of the time, it just depends on the player. If you get to master the class, you're going to do well with the class if you just spend time practicing it. Okay? So yeah, let me know in the comments below which class you will be taking because me, I think I'm decided on Scytheguard right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Stay tuned for day 3 tomorrow. I'll see you guys again. Bye-bye.